At Fiserv, I get the extreme privilege of overseeing the community bank space, which has a little over 1,500 financial institutions of varying asset sizes across the United States. They all have one very big important thing in common besides the fact that they're banks. They all have a lot of documentation. So who better for Fiserv to partner with than the document movement giant Docusign in the space? I'm going to walk you through one of our largest use cases. You all have gone through this before, I'm sure, in your life, hopefully not more than a couple times because it is a pain from our side as well, right? I'm going to walk you through Harold Ferguson doing an address change. So he's calling in. This is our core advanced core platform. This is where the banks spend most of their day. He's called in and he said, hey, I need to do an address change on a very specific account. So he's saying, hey, just can we pull this through? We only had to build a couple of screens at Fiserv to make this happen. The rest of it we plugged into the Docusign API. So we're saying, hey, we're going to send off to Harold and Kelly. I'm going to show you Harold's side of the house. Let's do an address change. So that was all I had to do. Now I'm going to say send document. So now what does Harold go through? So here's Harold. He's pulled it up. He's gotten a text message. He needs to identify himself as Harold Ferguson. It makes sense, right? We're going to show Clear. Clear is one of their newest integration options at Docusign. There's several different ones that you can do. Our financial institutions like to plug and play different things in here, which I'll show you here in a moment. He's going to take a selfie. Look at Harold, right? Looking great. Clear says this is probably Harold, but let's double check. Let's triple check here. Match that information up, make sure he's all good there. And then it said, hey, yeah, you're good. You're Harold. Harold is Harold. So now Harold's going to say, I need to update my address. All he has to do, he's really not moving that far, apparently, for this one savings account. He's going to update it to a new street there. Verify it looks good. There's this really fancy document that banks like to have. He's signing that it all looks correct. He's done. That's all Harold had to do. And then the bank is receiving an email saying, hey, that address change you just sent has been submitted and you are good to go. Now, what does that look like on the Docusign Maestro platform? Let's take a look at that now too. Very clean, easy interface. We all really like the idea of a plug and play, right? So here we are. Simplified boxes that you can edit, update, and change. It's going to read from my core advanced. It's going to pull through. You saw this all live from what Harold did, right? It's identified him. Everything's good to go. If there was an issue, you could do a true false. But in this case, Harold was good. He got his updated address form. He signed. And then the bank got their confirmation screen. And then it even updated my core for me. I barely had to lift a finger. Harold barely did anything. And the bank only did a send document, all through the power of Docusign Maestro.